Meghan Markle here.
Today is November 17, 2025. It is 3:42 a.m. Alright, so I just upload this while I was editing some stuff. Everything is good. So I scheduled it for 8 a.m. later today. Alright, so let's go on Twitter. I've been creating this list since I last finished recorded my video. Alright, first tweet. Okay. Prince Harry is the smartest member of the British royal family. He did not want a manufactured wife. He wanted an authentic one. He married for love, not tradition. Love wins, happiness wins. All right, so there's me here. Absolutely. That's why men in gray suit, had to isolate him with his brother. Men in gray suit only wanted the naive ones so they can manipulate them and make them do whatever they want. Okay, it is so disrespectful the way these hate-filled people try to undermine Prince Harry's decision to remove his wife and child from the toxic environment. As much as we may look at the whole picture, the whole entire picture of what they did to Harry and Meghan, what Meghan went through, and what's happening with the royal family, everything from beginning till now, we have to say thank God. Okay, thank God for this. Meghan literally showed the world and the royal family who she is. They rejected it, and thank God she showed her authentic self, and she tell her truth and then move on. So they did Meghan a huge favor. They did Meghan, Archie, Lily, Prince Harry a huge favor.
Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
Okay, because the world still has good, authentic, well-minded people who want the world to be good. Okay, Meghan didn't have to shrink herself or to disrespect herself to fit in. She showed who she was. They didn't like it, so she was like, okay, this is who I am. I'm not gonna change myself to fit in your pedophile, disgusting, toxic environment. This is who I am. You don't like it, take it or leave it. So guess what? They leave it. They didn't want her. They kick her out. We, as at least the rest of the world who still believe in respect, ethic, understanding, compassion, all those good stuff, peace of mind, there's some small portion of us in this world still believe in that. So we were like, okay, you don't like it, leave her alone. So now what we have to do, and Meghan and Harry, the Sussexes already know, all right? They create their bubble, they staying in their bubble. They display themselves, they selling whatever it is that Meghan wants to sell. You either like it or leave it. Okay? She's not forcing anybody, nobody, to look at her content, to buy her content. She put it out there. You like it, great. You don't like it, guess what? Just move on. But the others, they cannot. There's like a freaking puppet. Someone is controlling them or the evil is controlling them to click on her stuff and then to spill vile nonsense, idiotic stuff onto her thing. And thank God, again, the well-minded people are seeing or have been seeing the nonsense. So they did Meghan a huge favor. All right? They show Meghan who they are. And once she understood their behavior, and she was like, oh, this is, I'm not talking for Meghan, okay? I'm just paraphrasing. She's like, okay, this is who you are. And I show you who I am. So it doesn't match. Okay, you know, like when you put your hand into a glove, it fits. That did not match for them. It wasn't, the glove did not fit. If it doesn't fit, you must quit, if you know what I mean. So she moved on. Okay, she doesn't have to bend the knee for stupidity. Oh my Lord. Okay, so there's me here. My response to a similar tweet regarding Prince Harry and his wife. In my humble opinion, the royal family underestimate both. Harry knows how to navigate around his family. Example 1. Isolate Queen Elizabeth to ask permission to marry Meghan. 2. Invictus made sure to go to board members first rather than his brother. Made sure to go to board members first rather than his brother. For Meghan, they didn't look at her IG account before sending Royal Rat to USA to dig dirt about her. Everything Meghan was on social media. They didn't know that. They stuck in their Stone Age kind of barbaric to campaign against her. That type of campaign does not work anymore.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against her?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
Okay? They have improved themselves by buying bots to talk nonsense, but the thing is that they have met the same eco type of pushback. So this is why I say sometimes, you know, I understand Meghan doesn't want to, that's her opinion, okay? To highlight the BS of the UK, to push back or whatever. But there are some squad who are doing the fight. Each time those bots are saying vile nonsense, there are some squaddies who are their mental strength is unmatched. They actually, they match the same level of the royal rats, or the people who's spilling vile. There's some squaddies who have the same type of drive to do the pushback. So you leave the Sussex squad, okay? You leave those Sussex squad who's doing the pushback. But not everybody has the same mental toughness to do the pushback some of the squad are doing with the royal rats, who just want to just spill lies non-stop without any pushback. So the squaddies who have that mental toughness to do the pushback, to show the truth of the lies that is, you know, being spilled by the royal rats, you just leave them. So, you know, the royal rats cannot do the same thing that they used to do to Princess Diana, because back then they were in full control, which still they are. They still are. Control of, during Princess Diana's time, mainstream media, they were in control of it. So there was no pushback because they are in control of it. They said their nonsense. And Princess Diana did her part as well at that time with the things that were available to her. She did that, that book, and the interview with Bashir. And then you have that stupid egghead decided to discredit her voice. Okay, people are not stupid. Okay, she said what she had to say with her whole chest. And then that idiot went on national television to discredit his mother.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia, displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints and concerns about the programme, and were evasive in their reporting to the media and covered up what they knew from their internal investigation. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others. It brings indescribable sadness to know that the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia and isolation that I remember from those final years with her.
Okay, so Harry, on the other hand, thank God, okay, then fall for the BS of the royal rat. They try to minimize him, but in a way, okay, this is another branch of things. In a way, the mistreatment, this is not to say I'm okay with it. This is not to say everybody should go through that. I'm not saying that. But since he went through it, okay, he came out the way that he is now, we have to say in a way, thank God for that, because at that time, from the time his mother was alive, he experienced love. Because Princess Diana knew the institution would be treating him the way that they did. So there was an extra care Princess Diana gave Harry because he knew the institution are barbaric. They were going to mistreating him while they catered to the other brother. So Harry was able to experience, before his mother died, the care, the loving, the compassion, the humanity of things. And then he got to experience the barbaric side of the institution. So once his mother passed, the kind of barbaric treatment he was being treated, okay, behind closed doors and on media as well. So he knew this is not what he wanted, but he kept things inside. And probably throughout all those pain that he was going through, he was searching and said, when I decided to raise a family, I'm not talking for him, this is my opinion here, I want the thing that my mom had shown me, the love, the compassion. And I do not want my kids to go through what I went through. So this is why I said maybe, okay, it was okay for him to go through it. Sometimes there's a generation that needs to go through the fire to make it clear for the next generation. So Harry have done that for his kids. So right now, his kids are experiencing love, compassion, understanding, ethic, all sort of things. Archie started asking questions about people who's missing limb, and Harry took that opportunity to explain some of his mother's vision, things that his mother went through.
You either shut it down straight away, which I will never do, or you engage in the conversation and you try to explain things. But then it does. I mean, you know, Archie was talking about, as I said earlier, Archie was asking about landmines. So he was talking about how some of these guys were blowing up. I think IEDs, improvised explosive devices, is probably a bit too much at this stage. But I did. I found myself talking to him about mines as 5 years old. And interestingly, it gave me a chance to talk about my mum, his grandma, which I didn't even really consider. So that became the sort of the outcome of the story for him, which is he then saw videos, he wanted to see videos and photographs of his grandma Diana out doing her thing for landmines all those years ago. So it produced a very interesting conversation between me and him, different to what I thought it was going to be.
Okay, is the other brother doing that? I don't know. I just wish he does. I wish William kids will come out the way that Harry's kids are coming out. Why? Because we are sharing this world. The less barbaric, evil mind we have in this world, the better it is for society at large. But it seems like those kids are being trained the same way Egg has been trained by the institution. Okay? So, in a way, again, I don't wish that on anybody. Perhaps it was good for Harry to go through what he went through. Alright? But anyway, okay? So someone put this here, King and Queen of Joy, and someone responded and said, absolutely. You can see true love and happiness on people. I called it Harry and Meghan love. It is full of joy. 100%, but Kate was a commoner. Years ago, William wouldn't have been allowed to marry her. Well, this is the thing many people don't understand. She bent the knee before she even went to cross the palace wall. So I don't know. I really don't know what went through her mind to be the way that she is. So the institution took full advantage of her. Okay, just like this commentator in the UK said, a presenter said, the reason why Kate is liked is because she said absolutely nothing.
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. Yeah. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
So she allowed the institution to walk all over her, but she's not setting good example for women who will marry into the institution. What she's setting example for is hopefully girls of William Kidd's age will understand this is the barbaric side of the institution if you marry into it. All right? If you do not have the mental toughness, capacity to do the pushback, all right, they're gonna treat you just like that. All right? Really had to settle for Kate. He has to carry on his royal obligation. Like I said in one of my videos, William had asked one American heiress, what's her name? Meghan, with 2 N. The spelling is different. 2 N at the end of her name. She said no. And William could not understand why she said no. Because the institution made him believe that whatever he wants, he gets. So when someone said no to him, his mind is blown out of whatever. He can't believe or don't understand why someone would say no to him. Okay. I agree. There is no way he would have had to settle for a commoner. It was his choice, and the royal family agreed and allowed it. And I think they allow him to do that because they didn't want the same thing that happened to Charles to happen to him. Okay, because at the beginning, Charles wanted to marry, the horse. And the Queen and Philip did not want that because she spread herself all over already. They didn't want that. So they sacrificed Princess Diana. And thank God, out of that, again, Princess Diana went through the fire to make it possible for Harry. She gave 2 boys, and one is what the institution wanted, and one is pretty much what Princess Diana was. Okay, respect your opinion. Or did I finish with this? I don't agree. There's no way he would have had to settle for a commoner. It was his choice, and the royal family agreed and allowed it. Respect your opinion. Did you check out his grades? He served his country and is the best British royal family humanitarian ever. Okay, let's leave that alone. Let's move on. Okay, next tweet. I took too long with that. All right, Fab 4. It seems like the squad are still talking about this. In one of my videos recently, I shared that and someone retweeted it, and I want to share the thing with you again. Okay, it was never Australia for me. It wasn't the other stuff. It was this. When all 4 of them were together, this is when I knew they'll have to get her out because there was no effing way. She was easily so much more intelligent, and you could see the crowd appreciate that. It is now I'm starting to see squad are agreeing with me. From the get-go, all the squaddies who's been in the fight way before me, okay? As I'm learning and understanding the situation of the royal family and things that's happening, like, for instance, the Epstein things, I saw it from the beginning. If you look at PYTE, the beginning of that channel, okay, I wanted to talk about politics, but as I started looking into Harry and Meghan and I start sharing some stuff with you and I want to educate myself, it directed me, my research directed me to Epstein. And I was sharing all of this with you. So none of the things that's happening now, not new to me at all. So the moment I came across the Fab 4, where all 4 of them were on stage, and I was like, nope, this is where it started. I even discredit the Sussex squad, the veteran Sussex squad who have been in the fight way before me. I even discredit Prince Harry. Harry was in the pit of the fire. He was the one who was experiencing everything. I was from the outside. But the moment I saw this, not that one, where is it? I will play it for you. This, where all four of them were on stage, I was like, nope, this is where it started. All right? It probably gave them the red light to say, we have a problem here. Let's get our narrative going to push her out. This is where it started. All right. Did I finish with the... All right. She was easily so much more intelligent, and you could see the crowd appreciate that. All right. So she retweeted that. The unintentional beatdown that exposed Kate's unintelligence and made the royal family see Meghan's education as a threat. Harry and Meghan were the secret weapons the royal family needed William and Kate to be. All right. I'm going to go into that to make it bigger. But I think I went over this already from other videos. But I'll go back. After I play this, I'll go back to the one that the squad have retweeted. 35-second screenshot in between.
Is a team effort, but we also seem to get an insight into how Meghan may want to do things her own way.
Most attention was on Meghan Markle and what sort of issues she will take on.
Meghan, it's well known you've championed the empowerment of women and young girls and promoting their self-worth. How do you hope to continue that work with the Royal Foundation?
Women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice. They need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. And I think right now in the climate that we're seeing with so many campaigns, I mean, Me Too, there's no...
Okay, so there's a cut here. I had played that where they cut it on my last video, so I don't want to go to that again. The thing that I learned when Meghan started talking is that she literally told them who she was. Okay, and I think Harry had already informed her how the institution worked. When she said she doesn't mind being in the background to, I don't know, to educate, find information, to maximize her potential.
Yes, I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
That was a way for her to tell William and Kate, look, I'm going to be in the background. I'll do the hard work. I'll do the footwork. I'll do what needs to be done to have a final product that looks perfect for you guys. But they didn't get it. What that tells me is for William and Kate to get the reward, the, how do you call it, recognition of the work. Just go and cut ribbon. But they didn't get it. Harry and Meghan were willing to work in the background. And some part in that speech where they were, when they asked her a question, she said something like she has experience with NGOs, okay? So those where she had worked before, where she had experience, she deal with a much bigger aspect, much bigger kind of way than the royal family.
Well, obviously it's incredibly exciting, and yes, I think for me it's been a very long time working on cause-driven work, specifically with women and girls' rights, but you know, to see the model of the foundation is really interesting because while I've worked with larger NGOs, I've also worked with really small grassroots organizations where you can see a higher level of impact, in my opinion, because there's a lot less red tape. What you're seeing here, and what I noticed with Heads Together from a global perspective, because I wasn't here obviously when it was happening, was the power of convening all of these smaller organizations who have the same issue but need that extra push and support. Under this umbrella, you're able to achieve that, and the impact they all made with Heads Together was tremendous. So I'm very excited to be able to work on initiatives similarly and that can have that same sort of impact globally.
So by being there with the royal family, which is much smaller because they pretty much in control of stuff, so there is less red tape, which means when she needs something, she think that it will be much faster and easier, less obstacles, less people to go through to get what she wanted to be done for the people. Okay? So what I said about this as well, I read one comment where somebody said I talk too much instead of playing the video. But guess what? I cannot play the video fully without interrupted. YouTube has something against me when I share videos. I don't know about other channels. What William should have done is made a deal with Harry and Meghan. Okay? Whatever project you're working on, just bring it up to my attention. Let me know what you need, because William has more power than Harry. Okay? Let me know what you want. I'll try to get it for you, and then so you could make the thing happen. But all you have to do at the end of everything, just put my name next to it, inform me what I need to say or whatever, and let me go cut ribbon. But they didn't do that. They went the opposite and pushed them out. And then he knows he cannot do that. But then again, he thought that whatever his father taught him, once you get the newspapers, the tabloid on your side, everything will be okay. They literally took the people, at least the people in the UK, as stupid. They really do believe the people in the UK are stupid. Even though this is not for me to say they are. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying the mindset of the royal family, they take the people as being stupid. This is why they're displaying all stupidity. All right? But another thing that I've said is that what the two brothers have been displaying since the split is that William is showing the stupidity of the UK, and then Harry is showing the brilliance of the UK. When you see him go to the UK, do his engagement, he show you not only the humanity, but the brilliance of the UK. All right? But anyway, I could go on and on. Let me read some of the comments. Okay, I'll read all of it because it's not that much. I don't think it was because of Kate's intelligence. She seems to have done better on her A-level than William. I think she has just not eloquent or comfortable public speaking and not particularly concerned about what goes on in the world. I don't know. There's some people who are book smart, and there are some people who have, book smart and like reality. There's a term for it. I can't think of it right now. And there are people who are both. What Harry has here, Meghan is also book smart and street smart. That's the word, street smart. And she knows when to interchange both of them. Kate, I don't know if she is street smart, but her A-level might say she is book smart. I don't know. If she was book smart, some of the things that she would have been focusing on is her, what was it? What did she study? Was it art history or something like that? She would have found a way to implement that into what she's doing right now. Okay? It may not be what everybody wants, but at least it's something that if she understood her studies, it would have been something that she'll be comfortable of integrated with people. And I think at one point she did. And that thing, they closed it about art for kids or something like that. But, and the other thing as well, men in gray suit, they want to be in control of everything. And if she had bought certain idea for men in gray suit will either toss it or say, okay, this is the way that I want you to do it, instead of listening to her and say, okay, how do you want this to happen? Let's try to make it fit into our agenda kind of thing. But Men in Gray Suit wants to control everything. Alright? It's not like I'm making excuse for her, but she's not coming out to defend herself. So let's leave that alone. It is what it is. Her behavior and action speaks for itself. Some squaddies might think that I'm taking her side or I'm making excuses for her, whatever. But I'm just saying how I feel right now. Alright. I remember this so well, and I literally turned turned to my hubby and said they won't rest until they destroy her. Mumbo couldn't even string a sentence together. It was right there that Meghan's fate was sealed and away because the gals knew she was a superstar like Diana was. There's the laugh here. So the palace only requires the royal family, men and women, to marry stupid people. Pretty much, yeah. Yes. Well, they have plenty of them. This is why it's going downhill right now. And the problem the palace did is bringing in politicians, people who work in politics to work for them in the institution. So by doing that, they let their secret go. Okay, allow the politician to know how the palace is running. But next tweet. All right, Princess Euginie, patron of Scoliosis Support and Research. Okay. Discuss showing her scoliosis scar and her wedding dress and how scars are powerful symbols of resilient draping. Prince Harry's Invictus game and the conversation. The link to the full conversation in the bio. Okay, I'll leave the link in the description for you. Now, before I play this video, one thing I have said in the past. There was a discussion that was going on in one of my videos, and I went on IG, and I went on her IG account, and I was watching some videos of hers, and I follow her on IG. One thing I realized with her, she's very smart. There are things, when you're talking to somebody, you will have an idea where their mind is. So I follow her, and it's just that, you know, she remained quiet and does her thing quietly. And but anyway, I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, let's play this. Let me click on this so I could, you know, I forget it. You could search it online.
We move on, if I could ask you about your scar a little bit more, because I thought it was just the most amazing thing that you were able to showcase it in your wedding dress. I thought that was so powerful, and people talk to me about it all the time. It's clearly made a massive impact on lots of people, and you've really inspired me to do the same. I'm getting married in September. I've made sure to get my scar out. It's very exciting. But I wondered if anybody had started any interesting conversations with you around that, and what kind of inspired you to get it out on show.
Okay, before she talk, this is what some of you hate, is that Euginie is not the one who brought it up. This young lady brought that information up. What I get from that here is that I was aware when she married, but I didn't follow, or like I did with Meghan, what was in her wedding dress and all of that. Watching this video, what I got from this is that there's something personal of her, Euginie. She implemented in her wedding dress, and something that for some people, it may not be much because you're not going through it, but it is her who went through it, who understand, or however she feel about her, whatever that thing is, all right, she implemented in her dress. It might be huge for her, when for other people, it might be minuscule or probably nothing. But people who's going through similar aspect of her might see it as a huge thing, which is what this young lady is saying here. So if some of the royal family display their authentic selves, this is what human is. Human beings are not perfect. There are some imperfection. The things that bothers you, if you made it an issue, you talk about it, you don't know how many other people you might either inspired or might change their mind about whatever specific issues you're going through. All right, so that's what I get from this. I'm moving back slightly, a little bit. All right, let's listen.
To get it out on show.
That is so cool. You're getting married in September. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
And you get to wear a scar on show. That's awesome. Oh, well, you're one of the first people that is actually now getting married wearing her scar on show that has actually spoken to me about it. So that is,
wow.
Yeah, I love it. I think a few people since then, mainly mums of really young people who are having surgery, have sort of said, oh, we saw what you did and it was so cool. But I I think hearing it from you is amazing because I'm 35, so I guess all the people that are coming up below me having had this operation and now getting married. I just think scars they tell a story about your life, you know. I mean, if you think about what people go through, you know, like Paralympians and like, you know, what they do on the world stage, like, and, you know, Invictus Games and all these people that have overcome absolute atrocities and...
Wow. You know what? I'm going to share this video because it's worth sharing. This is why I think he got along with Harry. If you look, I have some videos where, okay, we've seen her popped up. They didn't really show it too much on the Harry and Meghan docuseries. And there was a time she came over here in the States and they went to a ballpark, okay? Another game she attended with Harry. So I think she got along with Harry. This is what I'm saying. The moment I went on her IG account and I was listening to her, she has a brain. But I don't think the institution wants to hear what she has to say. All right? But as I'm saying this, I'm thinking of her father. Unfortunately, I'm bringing it. This is not to shame her or anything. Is that we should isolate the daughters from the parents. Okay, the parents' misbehavior should not trickle down to the kids. All right, and this is why I was saying earlier we should pray for William kids. All right, but let me pause. I'm gonna get the link.
I was wondering before we move on.
Put it on the description box for you guys to continue watching. I'm probably gonna finish watch it myself. I just can't play it completely on my video because it's already on YouTube. All right, so let me pause and get the link. All right, I took the link and just go on YouTube and watch it. Okay, but I'm not gonna play it. I'll watch it later. All right. I always thought Euginie is very smart. Oh, there's no comment. All right, let's go to the next tweet. I'm probably gonna make several videos tonight. Let me add one more and then I'll start a new video. All right, so this is an article from People. I'm not gonna read it. How would Prince Harry or Meghan doing anything in the US conflict with whatever members of the royal family are doing? More than 5,000 miles away, the UK media can simply not report on the non-working and irrelevant couple. Did Prince Harry really have an agreement? All right, so that's from People magazine. No, this is a Sussex squad who's sharing the People magazine article. Okay, the title of it is Palace Denies Prince Harry Informed Them About Canada Trip. But this team says, and it continue. All right, I'm not gonna share. It boggles the mind, really. But on the other side, they have an entitlement on the life of Harry, his wife and kids. They exploit Harry's pain since birth, and that's why they hate Meghan with passion. She took that boy. She took that toy. William kicked him out. This is the thing I don't understand. William kicked him out, and then they're complaining still. Whoever put nonsense in William's head to see this, Harry has to go, I don't know. Let me see. There's one comment under it here. I cannot see it. Let me pause and put that thing here. The screenshot of where William kicked him out. All right. I had to squeeze it to get the exact amount. Okay. So this is what I wrote here. This is the thing I don't understand with the British royal family, the British media and the British royal family. They were the one who kicked Harry out. Pointing out down here. Harry said it in spare, print the situation, and end quote. William made sure to put it on paper. Harry and Meghan, in this case, let's leave Meghan out of this discussion. Harry wanted 50-50. The palace rejected this idea for the Sussexes. Okay, so there's that. All right, let's reply. All right, it boggles the mind, really. But on the other side, they have entitlement on the... Okay, I agree with that. All right, so... I wanted to read it again to make sure I put it on the right place. If I should black, usually when I respond, I black. Okay, let's read some of the comments and then move on. They are still banging on about that. Apparently, Charles had asked him to share his itinerary to avoid clashes. He informed the royal family on this 1 year ago. Now they can't remember receiving it. Why does it matter? He doesn't live in the UK. Not his fault if the British media focus on him. I didn't know Charles wanted to know his schedule. I didn't know that. But this is something that I have said. If the 50-50 was implemented, okay, let's say the palace agree with the 50-50, whenever Harry's doing something, they will want to know in advance when Harry's doing his private thing. Okay? Whatever agreement that they do, let's say, if, for instance, from June till December, probably Harry will want to be with his family. Okay? And then from January till June, it will be for the royal family. So when Harry is doing thing with his family, they probably will want to know his schedule. That way they could either sabotage it or, sabotage is like undermine, and try to do something to make Harry plan go bad. But another thing, this just came to mind. If, let's say, the 50-50 was implemented, the first year, Harry will do whatever the agreement implies. The royal family will then learn, okay? They will study what the first year 50-50 will be. And then come the following year, they will switch it up somewhere to make sure Harry's plan don't go smooth the way the first time it went. These people, they are evil. If they focus on themselves, there won't be any problem. But they're too focused on Harry and Meghan. That's because they have nothing to offer. They've been bluffing the people of the UK. So now that Harry's actually doing things, and you're seeing the result of Harry's hard work, and it shows bad on the royal family because their thing is just performative. All right, let's continue. Okay, so pretty much I didn't know Harry discussed this part about the itinerary thing. I didn't want to go into it. Let's see here. He informed the royal family of this 1 year ago. Now they can't remember receiving it. Why does it matter? He doesn't live in the UK. Not his fault if the British media focus on him. I hope that Harry and Meghan's communication team will read what I'm saying. You don't owe that family. You don't owe that family. Okay. I don't understand this part. It's a misspell probably. And that palace goddamn effing thing, you don't need to consult with them at all. I mean, they know that. That's what they've been doing. They've been doing their own thing, minding their own business. It's the papers, the royal rats, the bots, and who keeps on going and complaining about that thing. Harry knows that. Meghan knows that. And they're also using your schedules to rehabilitate their image. I mean, it's a giving. The squad knows that. I really do admire Harry, but when is that boy gonna get it to thick effing score? Your daddy don't effing love you. That is true. I really do admire Harry, but when is that boy gonna... Harry is not a boy, he's a man. I really do admire Harry, but when is that boy gonna get it to his thick effing score? Your daddy don't effing love you. Hurry up and make that register because it's embarrassing at this point. How much time does your family need to beat the effing out of you publicly? Move on. Harry knows that, okay? The thing is that Harry understands the force of his family.
Family back from all I have ever known to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. I was born into this life, and it is a great honor to serve my country and the Queen. When I lost my mum 23 years ago, you took me under your wing. You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force.
All right, we're not him. For us, we see, our regular family, how we could navigate through our own lives. We could do this, that. But his family, who has a freaking army behind them, he knows what's going on. You see, Harry is taking his time. Step by step, we are seeing the things that he's trying to tell us without him saying it out loud, so he doesn't get in trouble. Okay? So we cannot tell him what to do and how to navigate around his own issues. We could highlight, we could say whatever we want, but Harry knows what he's doing. Sometimes in life, not everybody can make it with you. You're trying to bring the past into your destiny. Not everybody can make it. Where do you want to bring the trash with you, your family, or trash? It's almost like Tyler Perry had said something where, sometimes you want to go further, but the people you started with may not be at your level. He explained it in a way. I have that video. I'll put it here.
Got to the end of the year, had nothing to pay my taxes because I'd given it all away.
Wow.
I had so much guilt that I'd given it to all the family, all friends.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, I think I made $1.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happened again.
Wow.
Next year, I made $7 million. Same thing happened again. Because I had so much guilt because I had, and I think this is something that we as Black people carry because of what we've been through.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think, oh my God, I need to bring everybody else up with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful thought.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, that's bullshit.
Talk about it, that's real.
That's bullshit. Take that out of your mind because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have a boat that can help you get from this place to that place so that you can get a bigger boat and you can only take 2 or 3 people, don't let everybody on that boat. And you got to be also careful because when you put too many people on the boat, there's some trying to put holes in it because they want it to sink because they don't like that you're sailing.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So you have to be careful, right?
Yeah.
Or there's some that are putting holes in the boat because they don't feel that they're worthy of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had that too, where I was trying to pull people up to, come on, this is far as we've been together all these years, we can make this happen, it's gonna be wonderful, it's gonna be great. But the whole thing that I had to realize is that some people cannot survive at certain altitudes. So if you're pulling somebody up a hill who, when you get to 10,000 feet, they can't breathe, you're going to kill them.
Yeah.
So it's okay to leave them there until they learn the conditioning of what it takes to be at 10,000 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good, T. That's good.
It's true.
I'm going through a season.
All right. So it's the same thing here. And they made the choice for Harry too. Harry is pretty much like water. And in a way, to a certain extent, because he doesn't let them control them completely. But he knows how to adjust. And he has his objective. He knows what he wants to get out of them. So he's taking his time. Let the royal family display their own stupidity for the world to see without him even saying it verbally. All right, let's hope not. It's all about control. That is true. It's all about control. The royal family are like the dormant dinosaur, prehistoric and archaic. All right, there's more comment, but let's stop here. I'm going to start a new video. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. So I'm going to start video number 2. And what I will have is, I'm going to start with this tweet. Okay, hopefully I don't add more to the list. It's more discussion that the squad are having. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back. find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.